1-800-8-BIG-RED.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome into 6 p.m. in Lincoln with former Nebraska linebacker Chris Kolarevic.
Intercepted, ball game over. Picked off by Chris Kolarevic.
This is 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we good now? Can you hear me? The mic, I don't think my headphones are on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we are live in studio. It's 6 p.m. in Lincoln. We got Blair Brooks on the show, former UNI Panther. That's where I met him. I went to school at UNI with him. He's a long jumper, track athlete, now long jumping professionally. Welcome on the show, man.
What's up, Chris? Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Great to hear your voice. How you been, man?
It's been a long time.
It has. How's things been going for you?
You know, it's going good, man. Just kind of getting into outdoor season. Going to be starting here soon. So
cool.
Just kind of getting that prep in from, indoor, outdoors, two different things. So I was trying to get that. So my last meet was like mid-February. For indoor, I kind of battled a little bit of weeks and like that. So rehab that for a couple of weeks, and then it's just really hard training block until about here. Probably open up here in a couple of weeks.
Beautiful. I'm gonna get a look at you're behind me on the screen, so I'm gonna get a look at your face real quick. So I've been doing this show. It's been probably, what has it been, Jake? 5-6 months?
Yeah, I think so.
And we've been having some awesome guests on here. And kind of how I structure it is, I've been taking people through and having them talk about their journey as they grew up and what kind of made them and got them to the position that they're in. So I'll start with that. Were you always a track athlete? Was it always long jump, or how did you develop as an athlete?
Well, this might be a little long, but I'll try to keep it short.
Okay, we got an hour, so take your time.
Okay, we got an hour, so I kind of, just average journey, man. It started out middle, everyone does track like middle school and just for fun with their friends. I started out just high jumping. And, my 7th grade didn't do very well. Just kind of was just out there having fun. I kind of grew really fast, so my limbs weren't really all in sync with each other yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might have jumped like, I don't even know like 5 foot or 5'2" or something like. No, I'm like 6 in 8th grade in high jump. And then I was still kind of focused. Yeah,
that's up there for 8th grade.
So I jumped like 5'6", and I was like, okay, maybe there might be something there. But I was more focused on football. So my freshman year of high school,
what position were you playing in football?
Wide receiver, man.
I was going to say, had to be wide receiver. You would have been a dog of a wide receiver. You got those long arms.
I know. I was too tall. I couldn't move that well.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I noticed that with people, like a lot of people that grow a lot in middle school, they take a minute to kind of get used to their body.
I was slow, man. I could not move. I was stuck in the dirt.
Yeah.
But so freshman year was really on football. I had fall season came, football happened. I was gonna go out for basketball, decided not to, and just kind of around, just lifting in the winter at my high school. I went to Marion High School back in Iowa, so I was just lifting, and I started going like the track workouts, with kind of just like individual trainings. I was like, okay, there might be something here. So I had a really good coach named Ben Rowan, kind of got me introduced to kind of what my full potential is. So started my freshman year, I remember my first meet, I jumped 5'8" or 5'10". I don't know, man, it's been a while. I think I jumped 5'10".
Who is this guy? Like, who is this? I mean, 5'8" or 5'10" as a freshman, you're making some waves.
It gets better here.
Okay,
so I jumped 5'10". Cool. And then I jumped 6'1". And so that was the first 2 indoor meets of the year. And I was like in sprint spikes, man. It was just like, I had no idea what I was doing. Some of the meets I didn't even have a mark. Like I didn't put tape. I just kind of ran and jumped.
Yeah.
And then next meet I went 6'4", and the next meet I went 6'5". my freshman year, and that was kind of like, oh snap, I can do this kind of.
Yeah, when you start getting to that, when you start getting better that quickly, it's like, okay, I might be able to do this at a higher level.
And I just had no idea. And then so through high school, I was pretty good at track and field, but it was kind of like second fiddle to me. I was always really focused on football.
Okay. I like you. I like you more now.
Obviously, man.
You got
football.
Yeah.
Because middle school, like growing up, it was all baseball. It was all baseball, and that kind of shifted my focus. Football, I was focused on football. But in track, it actually helped me get more offers in football. Especially my junior year state meet won. I was state champion in both high jump and long jump.
What'd you jump in those meets?
I jumped 23 feet in long, and I jumped 6'7" in high.
23?
Oh.
Was the pit long enough?
Oh, plenty long, man. Plenty distance.
23 is out there for high school.
That kind of helped me kind of get my foot in the door of football. Like, okay, this guy is a little bit athletic. So
yeah, coaches like that. Coaches really like to see track guys, especially if they can compete and put up good numbers. They like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's it. I started to get a decent amount of attention in track, but I just never really entertained many of them because I was just so focused on football.
Cool.
But, being 17, that's just is what it is. But fast forward here, I played football. I ended up doing pretty well. Track did pretty well. I ended up going to Iowa my first year. I played football. So I played football in Iowa my first year.
I actually didn't know that about you. I didn't know you went to Iowa for football.
Yeah, we don't talk about it much.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's actually amazing. So you were recruited and went to play at Iowa you were playing receiver.
I was actually going to be, I was supposed to, when I first got there playing, I was going to do football and track at Iowa.
What year was that?
2018. So I graduated high school in 2018. So
2018.
plan was going to be.
Play with Oliver Martin?
He was a year after.
Oh, okay.
But I played with Oliver Martin on travel football for 3 years, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Yeah, he's the Iowa City legend.
I think I just skipped over the travel football. We had I played for the Cedar Rapids Longhorns. I was coached by Tony Lombardi. We had so Rocky Lombardi was the quarterback.
Yep.
We had about 12 guys go Division I from that team. It was like, if you look back on that, but
That's wild.
But first year at Iowa, wasn't a fan, wasn't for me. And the biggest blessing in my life happened, and I ended up at University of Northern Iowa.
I'm curious. I'm curious what made it not for you. Like, what was it about? Was it the fact that it was a bigger school, or the fact that it was football and you wanted to do track? What was it about Iowa that made you want to go to UNI and give up football?
So honestly, it was a little bit of both. You kind of nailed it both on the head there. I didn't know at the time, but I just don't think football was the true love for me. So I didn't realize that till later in college, but I don't think I ever loved football. I never loved football like I thought I did.
Yeah.
Because the thing I got caught up in kind of is all the hype and glory of football and the crowds and,
Yeah.
So I kind of got caught up in that. But yeah, Iowa was just way too big of a school for me. Like, I don't know. It just wasn't the right time for me.
Overwhelming. And I think with those bigger schools, you can kind of get caught up in all that, in all the things going on, and it kind of takes time away from your craft.
It definitely was.
Having played at both type of schools, it can take time away from your craft, I think.
Yeah. And I played a little bit of travel ball with Riley Moss, who's with the Broncos right now. He was my roommate my year there. So I met a lot of good people that I still talk to this day.
Yeah.
So I still keep in contact with Julius Berens, who plays with the Colts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Riley, like Spencer Petras, they're all great guys, and kind of find the camaraderie there. And I'll still forever talk to those guys, but it just wasn't for me. So I moved on. Best decision of my life was University of Northern Iowa.
Same. Couldn't agree more.
I'm telling you, man. Best school there is.
That was amazing. There's
Actually, my
something
first
special
class.
about Cedar Falls. There's something special about that Northern Iowa.
Really is, man. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
First class, actually, first semester.
Go ahead.
With you.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Hey, remember first class together? We had a class together.
Oh, what was it?
Come on, public health.
Public health.
You know,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do remember that class. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first class I walked into, and you're there.
Okay.
I got there. I got the UNI first day. Like I think day before fall camp.
Okay.
Because I didn't get till like mid-June, or early July.
Yeah.
So I didn't get there. So I got there day before fall camp. There's like Coach Farley was just like, just be ready to run and compete. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
That's how I just trained myself that summer and did that. But
So
yeah.
how did football go for you at UNI? What was your experience like with UNI football?
I loved it, man. I loved it. I was ineligible my first year because of transfer, but
I think I remember that. Yeah, because the portal was still not. You still had to take a year off in between. Yeah. At the time.
So that happened. So I just I loved my experience at UNI though for football. We had a really good team, that 2019 team.
Mm-hmm. Like a really good team.
You're still hurt, right?
I played 10 games that season.
Okay.
Yeah.
We went to the quarters that year.
We did. James Madison.
We had a really good wide receiver room. So I learned from a lot of guys. We had like Jalen Ryan, James, Isaiah Weston,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Phillips. We had a great just wide receiver room that.
Yeah, the dogs.
Dogs. I really got to learn from and come close with. And so then that happened late. I think it was late October. One practice, I dove for a ball, and I didn't know at the time, but I tore my labrum. So I tore my labrum completely. I didn't find out until a couple weeks later, but that happened. We went home. I had surgery in January, so that's how late we didn't figure it out. I was like, this isn't just getting better. So I ended up not having surgery till January, and then rehab, and then COVID hits, and
I had an issue like that at UNI too, where I had a surgery much later than I should have.
Multiple times, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That foot. I had a foot thing. I did my freshman year. I broke my foot, and then had a cast on. Got out of the cast, and then when I got out of the cast, then I needed surgery because like we had kind of missed something, and there was more wrong with it than they thought there was. So I had to get surgery, and then got surgery so late that I came back too early and played. So I played those 10 games that season, and I did it again. So I had to get another surgery. How was that? What impact did that shoulder injury have on your career, on your mental? How did you handle that? Was that when you decided to be done with football?
No, I'll get to that here. I'll finish up, and then I'll kind of
keep going.
It's kind of a full circle, kind of funny story, but so yeah, that COVID happens. We all went home. I was rehabbing my shoulder, just like you said, actually, and then we got called back. I think randomly, like July.
Yeah, and we had to wear masks in practice.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, you guys." I got a call. We had Joe Gans was our receiver coach at the time. I've never met him. He got hired late. Yeah. He's like, "Hey, man, apparently you guys are going to come back like in 2 days or something like that."
Nebraska legend, Joe Gans.
Nebraska legend. He's still the season leader, right?
That Jake, do you know the answer to that question?
Definitely, he has a school record still. That's what
Jake might know better than me.
Yeah, I think he still got some school records. Let me double check.
Yeah, do some research on that.
He definitely does. That's how I talk about it. If he watches that, I'm sorry, but
yeah, I think he's coaching offense at Middle Tennessee State right now. I remember right.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I was actually training back in Cedar Falls last winter and actually ran into him. We ended up talking for a while.
Cool. Yeah, I saw him at he came to a Nebraska camp when he was at UNI. Like he was recruiting there. And I remember talking to him for a while. Yeah, great dude.
Yeah, he's got the record for touchdowns in a game with 7 as far as passing. Also in a game yards, 510, as well as a season with 3,568.
He was like that.
Good stat check.
That's 7 touchdowns in one game. Who was he playing? Georgia Southern?
They play Kansas State that day.
Oh.
No, I Georgia Southern catch a stray. Crazy.
Hey, I have to throw shots at Georgia Southern because they beat us my senior year.
That's you got get that.
He said, why did Georgia Southern catch a stray?
I understand now. It's all good now.
Yeah, that one's burned in my memory.
But yeah, so we got really short notice in July. I was like, I'm just like you mentioned with your foot. I was like, I think I'm ready. But again, we were at home. And I was like, I haven't like had any contact prep or any like, and there was no rules. So like we didn't know if we're gonna be in pads right away or
0 rules.
Man, so we did. Yeah, you know how it was, man. We did that prep.
Hilarious. It's
We
like
did
you're
that prep.
you're wearing masks under your helmets. Like, what are we doing now?
We had like those plastic things on the face mask. It wasn't even a mask. They put the plastic thing around like a visor, pretty much. But
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, so that ended up happening. So we did like that 3-week kind of sort of camp, but it was like I think it was just helmets. I don't even know. But then they ended up postponing the season.
I remember that.
And kind of, I was just like, thank God, kind of, because
I remember when that went down. I remember because I want to say we were ranked number 2 going into that season. Like that was the team that was like, we were loaded. We were ready to go.
Mean, we had Penny and Spencer Brown.
Yeah, we had some dogs.
We had everyone.
And I remember Farley called us up. Farley's the head coach at UNI. He called us. He called about 8 or 10 of us up into one of the conference rooms up in the offices, and he said we had to cancel it. And he was trying to play games. Like he was trying to find like random games to play. He was trying to play like Wyoming. Yeah, he was trying to find like a Wyoming game. Like I want to say he was trying to play Air Force or Western Michigan. Like he was trying to find any and all games to play. Like just play like yeah. But we ended up not playing any games that season. That's actually when I went in the portal.
Yeah, I remember.
But those were crazy times. Nobody knew what was going on.
Nobody knew what was going on. So we did that whole fall. We did like helmets only, like camp. It was like camp because they're like you can still get the practices in pretty much.
Yeah.
It was like when everyone was asking questions and there was just no guidelines. Like, can we practice? And like, oh, sure.
Like I guess.
That's how pretty much. And then they're like, so we went 2 weeks of that, and they're like, oh, you actually can't wear helmets anymore. So it has to just be like non-contact. That's all. And then ended up just doing that stuff. But I was like, okay, I feel good. I'm ready to go. So, that whole fall went and happened. We had like fall instead of a spring game. So we did actual like fall ball.
Yep.
Or spring ball in the fall. And that I did really well that fall. I had no issues, did really well. I come back for winter. So we came back in late December, early January. And so we did that was going to be, because we were going to play in the spring. That was going to be our camp, so to say. So that was going to be our fall camp in the winter. I was doing pretty well. I forgot where it actually was. It was like one of those dog days of camp where it's like week 2 or something. We're doing a drill and I just feel my shoulders absolutely go again.
That's a bad feeling.
Yeah, this one, it wasn't like the first time. I knew this time.
When you've done it once, you know exactly what happens when you do it again.
I remember I walked out of the drill and went to who was that trainer? I forgot. I went to one of the trainers and I was like, I just tore my shoulder again. Because you can feel it. It's just like dead weight. It's just like, it doesn't even like hurt that. It's just like a dead weight and it's dull.
So you said,
hurt that again. Ended up, they're like, it wasn't, here's another, I'm not going to funny one on the butt. They said it wasn't as bad as it was. So I ended up playing that spring season and like practicing and stuff, but it was a struggle. I knew something else was up. And then we ended up after the MRI. So I got a dye MRI, where they put the dye in your shoulder and like it shows the tears. Nothing showed up. I was like, okay. I went back and I ended up I'll just fast forward. I ended up having surgery, I think, in June. And of course, when I got done with surgery, they're like, yeah, your labrum is completely torn again. on the same shoulder. It was on the left one. Yep, same thing. It was completely torn. Because I already was like full on. They're like, hey, we're just going to go in and see what's wrong. It could be like a minor thing, minor incision, or might have to be something worse. So, all right. So, yeah, my shoulder capsule was completely torn off, and then my labrum was completely torn.
Brutal.
So I was like, all right, that's fine. So here's where it kind of gets interesting, this story. So I was just like, all right, I'm like, I don't want to. If this happens again, I was asking him, like, if this happens a second time, what's it not going to happen a third time? And I do not want to rehab a third one.
No, absolutely not.
So they were like, yeah, I'd probably, if you don't want to take a risk, it's never zero, but I think it was a big risk, but it's never zero. And they were just like, yeah, I think if you don't want it to happen again, you should just be done with football. And I was like, all right. But kind of like at that moment, a kind of weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I could see that. Happening.
Yeah, I'm done, man.
Yeah. Especially if your heart wasn't all the way in it, like you said.
So that's when I started to figure it out when I was hurt. I was like, I just don't think.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. Those injuries will make you think. Those injuries, you got a lot of time in that training room to start thinking.
A lot of time to think about that.
A lot of time.
They ended up, I was going to take a medical hardship and just be done.
Mm-hmm.
Just get my scholarship, just be done with sports. But Jeffrey Coover, the assistant track coach at UNI, I ran into him one day. I was talking to him. I was like, hey, so what's your plan? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to be done. He's like, you want to join the track team? And I was like, I'll think about it. It only took me like one day to think about it. And I was like, I'm in. I was like, let's do it.
You don't really
I try to rehab the shoulder, but I'll be ready and full go in like October, November.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it kind of all started. I could just run. I couldn't like jump or anything that first fall, so I was just running with the team, and ended up. I was kind of like, I wasn't thinking anything. I was like, okay, I got like 1-2 more years of eligibility. I'm just gonna go for it and just have fun. So I didn't really know anyone on the team. Just kind of went for it, just practiced, and first meet did pretty well indoor. And just kind of every meet, I was just kind of building, and the more I fell in love with it in the process. And like I look forward to practice every day. I look forward to getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And I owe a lot of that to
that's a great
coach.
feeling.
It's
a really great. Go ahead.
I was like, he just made me be there every day, and I was just getting better, and he was giving me attention. Yeah. Something that in football you don't get. You don't get that kind of love because I know there's a bunch of other people, but it was perfect for me.
No, a great coach can really change your life, and it's a really great feeling when you start coming back from those injuries and you start to feel like yourself again. You start to feel that bounce in your step, that swag kind of coming back. You're getting a coach that really believes in you. That could really change your life.
Yeah, it honestly did because I was like if I played, I was like special teams guy, and I wasn't anything like catching 12 balls a game or anything. I was just gonna be. So it kind of gave me like a sense of purpose. I was like, okay, I'm helping this team out. So yeah, it was like I consider it my first year. It was my first year collegiate track. I took after taking 4 years off from high school and college. Took 4 years off completely at track, not even thinking about it. Just kind of hopped in. I ended up getting 4th in long jump and triple jump at MVC Indoor, Missouri Valley Indoor Conference meet. And outdoors, really good outdoors, just kept progressing. I ended up getting almost like one spot out of qualifying for national prelims in long jump. And I was a good high jumper too. I was good at high, and he taught me how to triple jump, so that helped. So yeah,
you did all three of them.
Sprinted. I could be on a relay. I could do it. I did high jump and triple jump. Didn't even know it was an event. He taught me how to triple jump.
Doing triple jump, sprinting, high jumping, just an overall athlete.
So yeah, I ended up doing pretty well. I think I ended up jumping. Yeah, I jumped like it wasn't anything special, but it was good enough for being a first year.
All right, let's we gotta take a quick commercial break here. We'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I want to pick up at the end of the break. I want to hear about how you got into doing it professionally, all that. I want to kind of pick up where we left off. So I'll see you in a couple minutes.
This is it, Husker fans, your final chance to see Nebraska baseball at home this season. It starts Tuesday, May 6th with a huge rivalry matchup against Creighton. Then it's a Big Ten showdown as the Huskers host Michigan May 9th through 11th. Every game matters and your support can make the difference. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It pays to participate in LES Peak Rewards. You can earn a $25 gift card when you enroll your qualified smart thermostat in the program. Help curb electric demand and sign up today at les.com/peak rewards.
Are you a fan of local wine, craft beer, cider, or spirits? Don't miss SIP Nebraska's 12th anniversary celebration May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park and join others who share your passion for great drinks. Enjoy unlimited tastings, live music, delicious food, artisans, and lawn games as you celebrate Nebraska's vibrant beverage industry. And when you find one you love, you can buy a bottle to take home. Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back in studio. We're on our second segment. We got Blair Brooks in studio. We're talking about he went from Iowa playing football and track to UNI playing football and track at South Carolina, doing a little professional long jumping and high jumping. So we're at his stage in his journey where we're going through how things went, what his mentality was when he was going through those different stages, and we're just getting to the end of UNI right now in his story.
So I'll pick it up right from there, just like you said.
I
graduated from UNI. So I graduated from UNI. I was kind of in a tough spot. I had 1 year of eligibility left. I found out. I thought I had 2 more, but I got denied a COVID year. Imagine that. I'm probably the only person in history that denied a COVID year right now. But
how did you get denied a COVID year? That doesn't make any sense. Nobody got denied a COVID year.
They gave me a COVID year for football, but not for track.
That doesn't make sense. How?
Remember, this was
we got I didn't even introduce you. This is Brehan, my intern for the show.
What's up, Blair? How you doing?
He's got some insight on this.
Oh, I'm well, man. So I think that makes sense because you used your full year at University of Iowa, correct, for football, right?
In Northern Iowa.
In Northern Iowa, so they probably used those 2 years and equated that to your year, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But then I was given 1 waivers and 7th years, so it's like
that's all right.
I got the short end of the stick. It was a bad. It was a bad.
It was wild
for the
times in
NCAA.
college football. You had people playing for 7 or 8 years in college, and that was you had 30-year-olds.
Well, we had John play for 6, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I played 6, but I played 6.
Yeah, but you were hurt once, right?
I was hurt, and then my COVID year I didn't even play because at Nebraska they played a season, but we didn't even play a season. So I really only played 4 seasons.
True.
I had a football year. Did not take it though. Elected not to take it. But so
after all the waivers, I don't blame you, bro.
Yeah, man. So I was kind of in a tough spot. Graduated from UNI. I needed a 1 year, so I found out 1 year of eligibility. I was like, all right, well, I want to get my master's, so I wanted to find like a 1 year program for a school.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up. It was a hard decision, but I entered the portal, and I ended up at University of South Carolina. I did a year of track there. I ended up meeting some great people and having some great mentors and teammates, but I didn't get better. I only improved in triple jump. And that was just because I was just understood the event more. It was just experience. It wasn't anything training wise or anything. But it didn't sit well with me knowing I was sitting at the SEC Outdoor Track Championships where I didn't do well. And that was the end of the road for me. And I was like, well, this isn't gonna go well. And I picked up my phone, texted my UNI track coach, Jeff Coover, who I mentioned. And I was like, I'm just not happy with how this went, man. And he's like, I think you can jump a lot farther. I was like, I think I can too. So he's like, we gonna do this? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I ended up switching coaches. I graduated from South Carolina from a master's. And I decided to pursue post-collegiate. I was like, I'm just gonna give it 1 year and see where it goes. So I ended up I'm still training. I was still training in Columbia, South Carolina. So he's kind of training remotely. So he's giving me workouts. I was sending him videos every day. So we did that for fall. Like I still do that now, but we did that all last year. And there's a professional training group here that trains all 400 runners. So like Matthew Boland's in it, Quinera Hayes, Ja'Cory Patterson. They all Ja'Cory and Quinera just won gold at World Indoors yesterday. So we got a really big group here. I train with them, so I'm there at practice with them. We train at University of South Carolina. So I'm there with them, but I'm still trained by Jeff Coover.
Hey, Matthew Bowling's that guy that went to Georgia he went viral in high school for being crazy fast, right? Yeah, I'm thinking of the right guy, right?
Yep, 100-meter dash.
I remember seeing
that's my best.
Just disgusting everybody.
Dude, he was working him. He was winning by more than a tenth of a second.
Literally.
It was insane.
Yeah.
For like triple, it was 6A.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
So you were training at South Carolina. So when you were training professionally, you were training at South Carolina. Did I hear that right?
Yeah. So I'm still here now. So last year I ended up having. I struggled a little bit early on, but not too much. But I ended up having a really good year last year. And so I was like, all right, we're just going to keep going. And I did a training remotely. And kind of a little inspiration I got from that is Quincy Hall, the 400-meter gold medalist in the Summer Olympics last year. So he won gold medal in the 400, and he trains remotely. He trains by himself at South Carolina.
I'm curious, how is it, because you're not really on a team, how is it mentally training for your sport when it's really just you out there? I mean, you got guys with you, but it's really you're solo, not on a team. You're just training for you. How does that affect you mentally, and how is that different in preparation?
It's just like I eat, it's just you.
Yeah.
You just got to focus on yourself, and you just got to really love it. And because if I go out, I'm training remote. If I don't have to go out there every day. Like I can be like, oh, I'm gonna take today off. I'm just not gonna go today.
It's on you. It's really on you at this point.
Yeah, and then my coach Cooper is gonna text me like, oh, how was the workout? He's gonna call me. How's the workout? I'll be like, oh yeah, it was good, man. And I'm just gonna go.
You don't have.
I'm out there.
You lie. You don't have to go.
You gotta have a strong mindset, man. Like I see Quincy out.
Yeah, where do you think? I'm curious. Where do you think that mindset comes from? Because, I mean, honestly, it's hard to go from 3 different schools and then still want to do that sport. Where does that mindset come from? Where do you? What's your overall like? How do you approach that with your philosophy on how you approach your sport? What's your mindset?
Yeah, man, it was a long time coming. I just want to be successful, man. I just want to be great. I want to be one of the best long jumpers in the world.
It's like that Drake song that I just want to be. It's
just from within, man. I just want to be the best. I know you had Kobe Hilton on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah, man, he just wants to be the best. I'll listen to that. Yeah, he just wants to be the best. And track is all you.
Dude. I'm watching him run. I've been seeing some videos of him running. He's running like 6.5s in the 60.
He's gonna have a good year.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I signed with an agent recently. So it's my first year of actually to get people coordinated.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So it's nice getting to sit back. So post collegiate track and professional world, like I gotta last year I found all the meets myself. You gotta email meet directors and stuff. And now I can this year I can just kind of sit back because last year was all just trying to get better and improve because I came off a rough year.
Right.
This year I can kind of shift the focus to be like, okay, we can do it. I actually ran the first training and kind of for fun to see what I ran the 100-meter yesterday at the South Carolina home meet. I ran 10:63, which is a huge personal best for me. So I'm not bad for a long jump, right?
No.
Not bad for a long jump. You couldn't run the middle school.
Oh, I mean, it's worth bringing up the Olympics. Because your long jump, I mean, I don't know the details on what you need to long jump to get to the Olympics, but from what I understand, you're pretty close, right?
Yeah, man. So I have a pretty, I don't know what I am, but I'm pretty high US ranking right now, so I'm doing pretty well. But this is just kind of, I haven't jumped outdoor this year, and I know this outdoor season is going to be incredible for me.
Mm-hmm.
My body feels good. Everything training's just led to some great opportunities for me. So I'm ready.
Finally feeling, got an agent, healthy, in a good spot training. Things are clicking a little bit, it seems like.
Nothing better than that. So
Nothing.
This is one of the first times where I can say everything's lining up, everything's clicking. I'm ready. I'm fully ready to go.
Yeah, that feels amazing.
I don't know when I'm opening them up, probably a couple of weeks, but I'm ready to go whenever.
That's amazing.
I get a lot of tests to my coach for that. He's got me ready to go. And just trusting in the training program, just believing in it, and him believing in me. But yeah, we're ready to go, ready to roll.
That belief, even from one person, that belief means so much.
Yeah, because I ended up jumping I'm trying to convert for you. I jumped to 25.7, 25.6 last June.
Okay, I'm not very tuned into track. What do you need to jump to make the Olympics, roughly?
It depends on your country. So the U.S. team is the hardest team to make, and it varies. Sure. Probably 26, 27, but because the U.S. is hardest to make, so it's it varies. A bunch of
you got to jump another. You got to add a half a foot.
I can do that. It's just that much,
Yeah, it's like what is that like?
Yeah, man, it's the world of track. It's just that much.
It's like a toe.
Yeah, you just got to go a little further. So yeah, I'm really excited for outdoor this year. It's gonna be really nice. The 100-meter down just sparked something in me yesterday. So kind of just seeing I don't think I ever run 10.
You see that time and you realize, oh, my body is ready to go. My body is feeling great.
Yeah, just ready to go. I just got in it because I run my race here. I don't do that. And I'm meeting guys that it's their full time.
Right.
They're doing it. They train it for it every day.
That's impressive.
But yeah, that's my coach. He's got me ready for anything.
Cool.
So yeah, hopefully.
We're gonna take one more break here. We got one more segment, another 2-3 minute break. We'll see you soon. Sorry to cut you off. All right.
This is it, Husker fans, your final chance to see Nebraska baseball at home this season. It starts Tuesday, May 6th with a huge rivalry matchup against Creighton. Then it's a Big Ten showdown as the Huskers host Michigan May 9th through 11th. Every game matters and your support can make the difference. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association. In partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett.
It pays to participate in LES Peak Rewards. You can earn a $25 gift card when you enroll your qualified smart thermostat in the program. Help curb electric demand and sign up today at les.com/peak rewards.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with Ready Mixed Concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with Ready Mixed Concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. We got one more segment with Blair Brooks. This one's going to be about 10 minutes. And I think I kind of cut you off to go to break. I'd love to hear what you had to say before we cut off.
Oh, yeah, man. So, yeah, I was going to say, so my jump last year ended up getting, so my best jump was like 25.6, 25.7 around there. I ended up getting, which really kind of going at the Olympic trial standard. So that kind of just kept me going, hitting that standard that I've been shooting for. So that happened, here this year, and I'm planning some meets, hopefully have some big meets to go to, maybe go to Europe this summer.
Mm-hmm. So I got a question for you, and this is something I ask a lot of people. Getting to that level where you are one of like the top couple people in your discipline or whatever you're doing, being great. Like, what do you feel like, in your opinion, what does it take to be great?
It sounds cliche, man. You just got to like believe in yourself and eat, sleep, your profession and what you do. Just really go all in on saying, okay, this is my full-time job. This is what I'm going to try to do. There's not much money in track and field, so it's hard. It's very, very difficult. I know guys that work overnight at UPS or work overnight at Walmart, like some of the fastest guys in the world you wouldn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
They'll show up every work. That's just what separates people. You gotta have so much discipline in the sport. Because if not, it'll just eat you up. And
You gotta have the discipline.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, breathe, obsession.
It's just you out there. You got a team and support system, but it's just like wrestling or mixed martial arts. It's only you out there.
Yeah.
No one can help you when that gun goes off or you're jumping.
How do you talk to yourself in your head? What's your self-talk like?
You just okay. So I think to myself, I'm like, okay, I've done it. I can do it. I'm friends with all the top long jumpers in the U.S. and I'm with. I tell myself that all the time. So at these meets, I'm just like, okay, I beat some of these guys. So in high school, I used to watch Marquise Dendy. He's one of the best long jumpers in American history. He used to long jump for Florida, multiple time U.S. champion, made the Olympics. So I used to look up to him, or I still do kind of. So I used to watch all his videos when I was trying to learn how to long jump, and I faced him in last year and I beat him. So it's just kind of stuff like that. Yeah, it was a really cool moment for me. I know he didn't jump his best, but
so how
it was
do
a
you
really
deal
cool
with how do you deal with when you do have doubts creep in? Because it's impossible not to. How do you deal with doubts?
And it's hard. They do creep in too, man.
They do.
You really have to trust in the process and what you're doing. It's some stuff isn't going to go your way every single time. I'm not going to PB every single meet.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't jump well some meet, I got to go back and be like, okay, did something happen? Did I not execute something? Did not happen? Because like I did this, and this in training. I jumped this last week. So like what happened? What was different from last week to today? So I try to give myself like 24 hours. It's usually a little less, but I give myself 24 hours to kind of figure out what happened,
Mm-hmm.
myself, and then kind of flush it and move on.
Flush it, move on. 24-hour rule, and show up and do the same thing the next day.
Yeah, and that's same thing for all sports too. It's not just track and field. That's what I like to do. I just like to learn from it. I don't like to just shy away from it. It's just like if you have a bad play on film, we're like, I hope they don't show that, but you gotta learn from it. Really, it's happened a lot to me, but you just gotta really sit back and learn. And
you do. Yeah, it's easier said than done. It's easy to sit here and talk about, I'm gonna flush it and move on. It's easier to sit here and talk about, I'm gonna still show up and do the same thing every day, regardless of what's going on in my life or how bad things are going. But when you're in those moments and those doubts are creeping in, it's hard to self-talk yourself through it and kind of push through those barriers in your mind.
Yeah, like my buddy, it's his first year post-collegiate. He was a multiple-time All-American in college. First year post-collegiate, he went out this weekend, the worst he ever had in his life. So I kind of talked him through that. I'm like, hey, it's hard, man. You got honestly, it's cliche, but you just got to flush it, move on, learn from it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can do
How
this.
do
You can do X, Y, Z.
I think for me, and I know a lot of people, it's the people you have around and the people you're speaking to on a regular basis when you're in those times when you need that vote of confidence from somebody. How do you approach like your relationships with the people around you? Because obviously, if you're in South Carolina, and it's probably, I know from my experience and talking to a lot of people, when you're really trying to be great at something, it's sometimes hard to maintain personal relationships at times. How do you approach like the relationships in your life with friends, family, everybody?
Yes, got a great support system. So I got my best friend back home, Casey. I talked to him. I send him my videos. My coach, Jeff Coover, like I've mentioned before, he's done so much for me. I can't even fathom or explain what he's done. I talk to him almost every day. Actually, I talk to him because he makes my program stuff, and he's always there for me. My fiance, Chloe, who's actually the assistant recruiting coordinator for South Carolina women's basketball. I just got back from the game today. They won, so they're going to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Just having her kind of just understand the world of track and field and how it works. Like, hey, I might be going to this meet next week. I might not be. I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's in California. Yeah, so just having that kind of just support system to help you out really means a lot to navigate through this. And like my best friend, Matthew Bolin, he's been through it. So we all kind of have that group where we can all collaborate on things and help each other out, because we know how hard it is in this sport.
Yeah. Yeah. Having people that are doing the same thing as you and are on the same mindset, that to me is really life changing. Like just being around people that are chasing the same thing as you, and you can talk through things. And if you're struggling with something, you can talk to them about it. Or they're struggling with something, they can talk to you about it, and you can kind of bounce ideas off each other and keep each other's heads straight. That to me is a game changer.
Yeah, because especially for me, I just consider myself one of the best long jumpers in America, because I'm right up there with all those guys. And like I train with Nara Hayes, who's been signed with Nike for 13 years, and she's made multiple Olympic teams. So it's nice to kind of have bounce ideas off of her, or like Matthew, who's made multiple world teams, and kind of just learn as much as
I went and trained with Kobe Hilton for my pro day. I had the same mindset. I was like, because I was in Denver at the time, and he was in Colorado Springs, and I kind of was connected to him through a guy named Chris Slatt here, and I knew of him, and I was like, if I'm trying to run fast, I want to be around the fastest person in my vicinity. And he's one of the fastest people in the country. So I was like, it was a no-brainer to go train with him. And I was training with my football group at the time, and their speed coaches were great. I love those guys, but I just wanted to be around somebody who was literally one of the fastest people, probably walking in the state. Like he was probably the fastest person in the state of Colorado at the time. And just to be around that every day, I think helped me a lot. And I learned a lot from him.
I know, it's just a little different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been a journey though. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but we got some really, really big things coming for me.
You travel all over the place, like you're going to different countries and you're going all over the place for meets?
Oh, that's the plan this summer, is try to get a little bit of Europe, Europe and Canada, get some meets in. But yeah, hopefully the USA can get some more high profile domestic meets, but
cool.
Because I'm trying to just go against the best there is. Because I got a chip on my shoulder a little bit. I'm unsponsored. I just got a chip on my shoulder. I'm ready to go.
As you should. You got to use that chip.
Got to. It's going to be used for sure.
Got to use that chip. All right, Jake's looking at me. I think we're wrapping up for the day. This was awesome, dude. I feel like we could keep talking. We got a lot more to talk about, but
I know that. Hey, at some point. If you need a two, just know.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you coming on, man. Good luck with everything. Stay in touch.
Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you, man.
See you later.
Appreciate it.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and